Hey, beautiful people of the internet, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully great, and welcome back to some more Warframe. So you guys are probably wondering, how on earth do I go and obtain my very own Necramech? Of course, I'll be telling you guys exactly how to go and do this step by step. However, do be warned, there is a prerequisite and it is a bit of a grind, but hey, this is Warframe. If there was no grind, then it wouldn't be Warframe now, would it? But before I continue with the video any further, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would like to support me or the channel any further, do remember to leave a like on this video, as it does help me out substantially. Spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos, as we are getting close to 2,000 subscribers. Let's do our best to go and hit this particular milestone before the end of the year. And also, we do have a Discord server. There will be a link down in the description. Without further ado, let's get this video on the road, shall we? So like I said, we need to then do one major prerequisite, and that is you need to make sure that your Heart of Deimos quest is completed. Simply then go and interact with the codex like so. Top left, you'll see a search bar. Simply just go and type heart. As you guys can tell, here is the quest that you have to go and complete. So once you guys have completed with the Heart of Deimos quest, you should then head back to Deimos. This should be a familiar area. Now, the particular node that you guys are looking for is Necrolisk. However, because this video was recorded during Halloween 2022, as it was yesterday, we do have a Halloween based event. It is called Knights of the Barriers. Don't really worry about that event. However, if you guys do want more details on that particular event, I'll be leaving a link down to that video, and it will be suggested to you guys at the top right. So this particular node will be then called Necrolisk instead of Knights of the Barriers on a regular day in the office. Simply then click on it and go and pick a server. Which one doesn't matter. So as per the quest, you guys should know exactly where I am. We are currently in the starting area. This is what the location looks like. As you guys can tell, we do see a whole bunch of other players. What you want to simply do is push 5. Make sure that you do have your operator equipped. By the way, that is from the second dream quest. And what you simply want to then do is to then go and travel to that particular vendor. In order to do so, on your keyboard, push escape, click fast travel, and then scroll all the way down to Lloyd. Now, you have to be in your operator in order to go and access this particular room. It is only operator based. If you guys are in your Warframe, then it won't work. If you guys have done things right, you will see this particular screen. As you guys can see, it says Lloyd and a whole bunch of items on our menu list. We simply then want to go and click on Necroloid Standing. Now, when it comes to buying parts, it is just like every other syndicate based vendor. You guys are starting from neutral, and you have to max yourself up all the way to 3 if you want access to all of the parts. Now, to be safe, I do recommend that you guys rather max it out entirely, because some parts may not be available and why not have access to everything? You know what I'm saying? So the way that standing does work is you basically have to make sure that you are a certain rank to go and buy everything. That's why I highly suggest make sure that you guys go from rank 0 or rank neutral all the way up to 3. And the way that it works when it comes to, grinding out syndicate or leveling up your syndicate is the follows. So, level 1 and level 2 and of course level 3 have their respective thresholds. Of course, level 3 is going to be a lot higher. I believe level 2 is around 25,000 threshold that you guys have to go and hit. Once you guys have gained enough standing, you then have to go and sacrifice certain materials to Lloyd, and you'll then progress you to the next level. Of course, level 1's threshold is different from level 2's threshold. So you're probably asking yourselves, how on earth do I go and get myself standing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just simply have to return back to the main menu, and then you want to go and trade in these Archon Metrolix for Necroloid Standing. So basically, don't really worry about the universal medallion. That is irrelevant. We're more interested on the orientation, the ballistics, and of course the animus matrix. Now, you guys can get this by completing the isolation vaults. I will be making a guide in the near future, but I have covered in a previous video. The video's quality is a little bit low compared to other stands, but the information still is good. Once again, I will be leaving a link down in the description, and it will be suggested to you guys at the top right. Once again, go ahead and take a look at that video, as it will be beneficial to yourself. Once you guys have actually gotten all these orientation, ballistics, or animus, you'll then be able to then go and trade them in for standing. Now, the amount of standing you guys can get on a daily basis does scale based off of the amount of mastery. So, as you guys can tell, my maximum daily standing cap is 29,000. And I'm currently mastery 26. Now, this will be different for you guys. If your mastery is lower than mine, then you're obviously going to be having less standing available to you guys on a daily basis. If it's higher than mine, then you're going to have more standing available to you guys. You guys get what I mean. Now, once you guys have actually leveled everything up and have enough standing, you simply then want to go to the browse wares option. Browse waves will give you access to what Lloyd currently has. And we have a whole bunch of stuff, some mods for Necramech and 2 individual Necramechs themselves. We've got Bone Widow, and of course we've got VeilBreaker. Now remember, VeilBreaker is the Necramech you were playing as during the Heart of Deimos quest. So what I recommend you guys go and build the VeilBreaker. Make your life so much easier. In the search bar, simply then just type in Void, and as you guys can tell, there's about 6 different items. Now you don't have to go with the glyph, it's not really that important, but if you really do want it, then go right ahead. But other than the glyph, you simply want to then go and buy all of these items, ranging from VeilBreaker all the way up to the Void Casing Blueprint. Now, of course, in order to go and build the main recipe, you need to have access to, the casing, the engine, the capsule, and the weapon parts. And you guys can get all those parts right here, the casing, of course, the engine, etc, etc. Now, one thing I do want you guys to know about each and every single one of these components is the following. So do pay attention to the, build requirements. As you guys can tell, we need some resources that are exclusive to the Heart of Deimos, area, or the Cambion Drift itself. That's the name of the open world area. But I want you guys to take a look at its build requirements. So, as you guys can tell, to go and build the, weapon part, we need to then get ourselves a damaged Necramech weapon part, or its damaged counterpart. The same can be said with the Void Capsule. You guys can tell we need a damaged version of it, etc, etc. The same thing applies across the entire board. Now, once again, in order to go and get its damaged version, you guys can do 2 things. If you have a lot of platinum, you can just then go and buy it from other players. They shouldn't be too expensive, as it's not really that difficult to go into VeilBreaker. But if you guys do want to lower the grind, then you have that option. The other way, or the free way of going and getting yourself these damaged weapon parts, or these damaged versions of themselves, is to simply then go and complete the isolation vault. Inside the isolation vault, you'll see these enemies, which are enemy Necramechs. Go and defeat them. You've got tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 1 will spawn 1 Necramech, tier 2 will spawn in 2 Necramechs, and tier 3 will spawn in 3 Necramechs. Now I suggest you guys go and fight these enemy Necramechs, or these guardians, in a squad, because it's going to be very difficult to go and take them out on your own. Now, in order to go and start yourself an isolation vault, you simply then need to go and fast travel to Mother. She'll be right in front of the entrance. If you guys don't know where Mother is, simply go and push escape, fast travel, and then go and click on Mother. Also, there is going to be a brief description of each vendor when you guys are fast traveling, so you don't have to worry about being confused. You just have to go and put in the time and all that. So when it comes to isolation vaults, you have to then go and complete them, because as you guys can tell, if you look onto the rare section, or even the uncommon, you guys can tell tier 1 has a chance of giving you a Archon ballistics matrix, which can actually allow you to go and trade that in for some staying with Lloyd's Syndicate. The same can be said with the rare section. As you guys can tell, if you guys do get lucky enough, then you guys could either get yourself the Archon Animus matrix, or even the damaged Necramech weapon part, or the receiver. The point is, you have to then go and complete all 3 of these tiers to go and get yourself some Necramech parts. The same can be said when it comes to standing. So once you guys have claimed your Necramech from the foundry, you can then go and equip it onto your gear wheel. Now you're probably asking yourselves, how on earth do I do that? Simply return back to your arsenal, and you guys can see these 4 symbols. Simply then click on this one, and then click on gear. When you guys do so, you'll have access to all of your in-stuff items. Now, once you guys go and build a Necramech, you then want to go and equip this particular part. It's called Necramech Summon. In order to go and equip it, simply look for an empty slot. I'm just going to use this one, and then just type in mech. When you guys do so, simply then click on this, and then click on equip at the bottom right. When you do so, then you'll have access to your Necramech, and of course you'll be able to go and use it in game. Ladies and gentlemen, do go take a look at my rest of my videos. I do make some pretty awesome Warframe content that will be super beneficial to you from going from 0 to hero. And also, don't forget to Spartan hit the subscribe button if you guys want me to go and post more Warframe videos. And of course, leave a like on this video. It does help me out substantially. And also, do go take a look at the Discord. There will be a link down in the description. I'm make like a banana and split.